When I opened my eyes, I found myself tied to a chair in a hut when I looked out the window. It was night and owls were hooting. I had probably been taken to a forest. I had to get out of these ropes as soon as possible. I knocked over the chair and managed to untie my hand from a sharp point on the kitchen counter. Once I was free of the ropes, I headed for the door. I approached the window and saw that I was in a deserted forest. I had to get out of here as soon as possible, but it was very dark outside. I heard the sound of shovels coming from behind the hut. I took slow steps towards the sound. I looked behind the hut out of the corner of my eye. I was shocked by what I saw. A masked man was digging a grave. There were 3 graves, and inside the graves were human remains. He was digging the 4th hole. This one was for me. I tried to run. I accidentally stepped on a branch and it made a lot of noise. I started running and he was running behind me. He fired into the air behind me and I fell to the ground out of fear. He grabbed me and took me back to the hut. He tied my hands and feet. He sat in front of me and raised his mask. This masked man was a gangster. His best man was in prison for murder, and I was one of the lawyers who made the decision. "Do you recognize me?" he said. He said, "You're going to pay for what you've done." At gunpoint, he took me to a hole he had dug. He was very strong, but I finally got the gun in my hand and I knocked him out with the butt of the gun. Right after I knocked him out, I used his phone to call 911. After a few minutes of struggle, they located me from the phone. They came here an hour later. They arrested the mobster and I told the cops what happened. The people in those 3 cemeteries were my colleagues, and I found out later. It's a shame. They died because of some asshole. I could have died there.